The Supreme Court has rejected Alex Jones's final appeal, upholding the $1.4 billion judgment against him for defaming the Sandy Hook families.
Got to understand who Alex Jones is. One of the most reprehensible, influential figures we've seen in a long time. And that's saying a lot.
True.
Because there are so many reprehensible public figures.
True.
This is the guy who belittled, disparaged the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre, Sam, that killed 20 children, and 8 adults. That's 28 lives snuffed out. This guy, who's a conspiracy theorist who fabricates things, claimed that this was a phony event, a staged event, staged by crisis actors and not real victims. You know, so patently false. And it caused incredible harm and distress, particularly to the parents of the small children that were killed. You know, it's not only gross fabrication and misrepresentation, it is inexplicably, incredibly cruel, Sam. And the families won this huge judgment against him, $1.4 billion. And has he tried to pay it?
How does somebody even, there's no way he has that much money. How does someone even pay that much of a settlement?
He's not going to pay $1.4 billion, but the settlement is so big that basically he'd have to liquidate everything even to pay a part of it. And rather than, owning up to the judgment, he has followed the Donald Trump playbook, Sam. Attack, obstruct, delay, deflect. Do anything other than own up to your obligations. And this judgment, which is now several years old, doesn't seem to have made much of a dent in his lifestyle or provided much to the victims. As part of his tactics, he's been appealing, and his final appeal was to the United States Supreme Court, which turned him down flat, wouldn't even take up the appeal.
Your phone's going off, Dad.
My phone is going off. That's terrible.
You're supposed to be on silent during these things.
Yeah, take care of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So is the Supreme Court just taking up everything now? I mean, it seems like this should have been dealt and done with before it had to get all the way to the Supreme Court. Or can essentially anybody just bring anything up all the way to the Supreme Court? Is that how it works, or what? Oh.
You can try to bring something up to the Supreme Court if you have judgments from lower courts, particularly the district court. Then it goes to the Circuit Court of Appeals. Then you can appeal to the Supreme Court, but very, very rarely does the Supreme Court take up those cases. It only usually takes up, very significant cases.
So why did it take this up, do you think?
It didn't take it up. That's the point.
I see.
To take it up.
Gotcha.
And which means the lower court judgments stand.
Gotcha.
Which means, at least on paper, he has to pay this $1.4 billion. So far, he has been brilliant at evading it. What's even more horrific?
Has he paid any of it? Do you know?
I don't know if he's paid any of it. It's all very obscure.
Yeah.
But what is equally horrific is he continues to be influential.
Yeah.
He continues to have a platform on the right, and he has been monumentally influential in promoting the culture of fabricated conspiracy theories. This guy should be shunted aside. No one should listen to him, but he still has an audience on the right and has been incredibly influential on the right. And that speaks volumes about perils to our democracy and society.
So can anybody bring their case at least to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court decides?
Well, you usually have to go through the
lower courts first.
Court appeals.
But if you have enough time and money, you can eventually at least ask the Supreme Court to take your case.
Right, and the odds are overwhelmingly it won't.
Right.
But all of that delays and deflects, right?
Right.
And, As I've said many times, justice delayed is justice denied. And so far as I can tell, it's been justice denied to the families of the Sandy Hook victims. And Jones has done everything possible to avoid owning up to his judgment.
But this is a big win, right? Now it seems like finally he's going to have to pay.
Finally on paper, he has to pay.
Okay.
I guarantee he's still going to do everything in his power to delay. He declared bankruptcy, which provides him all kinds of protections. He continually appeals and challenges every judgment. You know, unfortunately, we do have at least the two-tiered system of justice. It's very different if you have money and connections than if you're just a poor and vulnerable person. Then the system chews you up if you're rich and connected, as we've seen, not just with Alex Jones, but with Donald Trump himself. You can avoid the wheels of justice.
Well, let's hope he actually has to start paying. I mean, I imagine he's going to be paying this for the rest of his life, right? Or in some, because, you know, he needs some income to live, and I guess they garnish some of his wages, and he has to sell some of his assets. I don't know if he has wages
per se.
Right.
It's not like he works for some other company.
Interesting. Well, let's hope he has to start paying at least.
Let's hope.
This is a good.
I'm not optimistic.
You're not optimistic, but this is a good sign. At least they wouldn't even hear his case, right?
Right. He has no legal grounds for not paying. That doesn't mean that someone like him will actually pay. Thanks for watching our video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a member today.